One of the things that came up during all this is our Parents' Bill of Rights. Because we get into these things and we say, well, politicians hear the cry, save us from SEL or save us from CRT, and they put together a law. And they go, see, we're done now, we did this. And then you find out that it's really not very useful. About half of this, that you should be able to see the curriculum of your child without having to go through 3 forms of triplets and get an ID and everything else. What they do is they'll say, well, we have to make sure we protect the copyright of the books, so you can't take notes and you have to make an appointment, and that's just garbage. You know, I do intellectual property for a living, right? And it's, you have a right to, if you look at a textbook for the purposes of criticizing it, that's perfectly fair game. We call that fair use. You know, it's not a big deal. And they know that. They know the truth, and they just don't want to let you see it. And they'll say, well, you have to opt in to surveys. Guess what? Whenever your child does the press here for accepting all of the little caveats that come with every little shrink wrap, kind of a check the box thing at the beginning of a software package that your child's using for school, they call that consent. And they say, well, you've already consented. You've opted into all these surveys. So a lot of these things are just crazy. And if you say, well, we shouldn't have to do that, you're right. And the legislators will say, we fixed that. You have to opt in. And then when you complain about it, you have to say, okay, well, you can't sue, you have to file a grievance. And then you're going to set that up, and then you're going to have a level 2 grievance. They're going to wear you down. Yes, so what this is about making sure that you regain the balance. And when I say balance, I mean parents are in charge. That's the balance. Yeah. So it's not bureaucrats. So you should be able to sue them, and you should be able to get injunctive relief, and you should be able to get attorney's fees from the people that are stopping you from making sure you get to be the parent, and they can just go back to educating. That'd be great. So I'm going to be around until they kick me out. But as you all know, this is a big deal, and I appreciate so much you all being here. It really is invigorating. It really is.
What is your stand on grandparents' rights? We do not have those in Texas any longer, unless your child is dead or in prison, which thankfully there's not even none of that.
Now, of course, I'll just say my opinion on this is not as well developed as I'd like for it to be. Okay, I would say that
I'm just learning.
I think that a grandparent, in law we call something a party in interest, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not sure that to my knowledge, I don't think that we acknowledge a grandparent as a party in interest.
Not 2006, right?
You know, Abbott's opinion was, I don't completely agree with his opinion on Troxel v. Granville. Nor do I agree with the Troxel v. Granville 100% either, but that's something.
I'm open. I think that they should be a party in interest. Should be able to do something.
Okay,
so that's. Yes.
So my question is this: with the parental rights issue, very important, but where you really see parental rights being abused are in our family courts. The family courts, the judges will strip a parent of a right, will tell a parent that he or she is no longer a parent and basically a visitor, nothing but either a wallet or a paycheck. Our family courts are ripe with corruption, and our Texas Family Code, they say that they're following that. I think a lot of the stuff in the Texas Family Code is unconstitutional. So there's a couple of questions here. Would you be willing, as a senator, to go into the family courts just once a quarter to see what goes on in these places? It's atrocious. It's horrendous. And as a Republican, I think we have an interest in this, because if you looked at the last election, they did a study. Children that come from broken homes or from families that have never really been formed, they vote Democrat. If we are not strengthening our families and keeping them together, we are throwing away votes to the other side. This is one of the things that Lenin did. He wanted to destroy the family, destroy society. Family is the number one bulwark against an encroaching government. We cannot have limited government when we have a nation of broken families. Our family courts are absolutely horrendous. And we need to have somebody in there from the legislature to actually start holding these people accountable. So, would you be willing to do, that's a long question.
Okay, I have about 2 family things going on at any given time, just to make sure that I know that I don't want to practice family law. I'm always appalled by the lack of I just say a procedure. In the civil world, if you don't do something right, then you pay a price.
Right.
In the family court world, it seems to be they wander in and they say best interest of the child, and they do pretty much whatever they want. And so,
Well, there's no definition for that.
Right.
yeah, so I don't know what the fix is for that, but I'm open to suggestions.
Okay.
I can tell you that they don't like jury trials. It's a messy world where it's hard to fix. So, but I'm open to those things.
Okay.
So. Well, no softballs here. So, all right. Thank you very much, everybody. Hey, if you have a hankering to do something like this at your house, please let us know. I need to get people who don't normally vote in primaries to vote in primaries. I need everybody who is in Fort Worth ISD who has a child and they're glad their child does not have to wear a mask.
Yes.
If they all showed up to vote, game over.
Yep.
So, but they got to show up to vote, and they'll say they're going to, and they're not going to because they're just people and they not used to it. So you got to take them with you. So
And tell them when the voting for primary starts.
middle of next month.
February 14th.
There you go.
Wow.
Valentine's Day. My birthday is the next week, 21st. Go
If
vote
you're
on
not
my
going to say
birthday.
the right day, then I'll have to talk again.
That's okay. There you go. February 14th. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, everybody.
Thank you.